for someone that had been caught up in the red pill, especially like on YouTube, like consuming red pill content, you have to understand, and eventually some people learn that it's all just a grift, right? The Last of Us is a great example of this, because if you go on and search The Last of Us, especially on Twitter or on YouTube, you will find hundreds or even thousands of posts and comments calling the show woke. It's woke, the woke of us. They especially hate Bella Ramsey. She's too ugly to play Ellie. Mind you, Ellie was only supposed to be 14 in season 1 and in the first game. So grown men mad that a 14-year-old wasn't attractive enough. But anyways, I digress. You would think, because their motto is go woke, go broke. Well, if the show and the games are woke, then that doesn't apply. The Last of Us is one of the most watched shows on stream in the last 2 years, averaging around 30 million viewers per episode. That's insane. And the show was nominated for multiple awards, Screen Actors Guild, Emmys. It is a critically and commercially objective success. So then you have to go, okay, you take a step back and realize that these right-wing grifting channels are a very loud minority. Another great example of this is the show The Pit, which I just watched, and it was a very stressful watch, very heavy. But again, when you look at like the things they label woke, you have a very diverse cast of doctors and medical people. They touch things on racism and prejudice among patients, a lack of social safety nets. There's very heavy commentary on these subjects. The fact that the healthcare system in America is a for-profit healthcare system. They even take aim at anti-vaxxers, where there's a great scene where this woman comes in with her kid having the measles, and the doctor gets upset going, well, then why the fuck are you even here? If you don't want any help for your son based on our recommendations, why would you even bring him to a hospital? And that's a great point. And again, you go look at the viewership for The Pit. Despite all these things that the right would label as woke, diversity cast, strong female characters, strong female doctors, commentary on diversity and race and gender and social safety nets. You just go down the checklist of everything they would call woke, and guess what? It doesn't matter. The show's a smash success. It's expected to be nominated for a bunch of Emmys. The person that you're seeing online that is going around calling everything woke and saying, I hate all this wokeness, they are a loud minority online. That is not realistic. And I'll say this, imagine being in, because online, that's the difference between like being online versus in real life, because I don't think these people also realize that a lot of Americans don't spend their time on social media, right? The ones that do are on there. But there's people like my mom and my mom's friend, they don't even have social media accounts. I remember I brought this up to my mom. I had her watch The Last of Us, and she loved it. And I was like, yeah, there's a lot of people saying the show's woke. And she was like, I don't even know what that means. These people, it's all a grift. Why do they do it? Because if you make a YouTube channel and you just say like, hey, I watched The Last of Us, here's my review, it's not going to get a lot of views unless you're a big time streamer, right? But if you make a YouTube video titled The Woke of Us, how they wokeified The Last of Us and the downfall of masculinity, and then you have some fucking incel fucking right-winger with a fucking, talking about how we've lost a war on masculinity and now there's lesbians on HBO and the downfall of America. I mean, yeah, the average person would hear that and go, you're a fucking freak, dude. Like, you need to be fucking sedated. Someone needs to take a blow dart and just shoot it right in your neck because you should be fucking institutionalized. But it works. And it works on a lot of lonely, insecure young men who can then go, that's why I can't get laid, because of lesbians and wokeness, and they're programming people to be woke and gay. I'm not kidding you, folks. That's what the fucking playbook is for these people. Why do you think Donald Trump, the sitting president, uses terms like woke? We're fighting the war on woke. Shut the fuck up, you fucking freak. You're a fucking freak, dog. I just want health care. I don't care a fuck if there's 1,000 shows starring lesbians. I don't give a fuck. But anyways, yeah, the right-wing grift is dying.